Joseph, the boy with the coat of many colors, had gone from being his father's favorite to being sold like a sack of grain. His own brothers had betrayed him, tossed him into a pit, and then handed him over to a group of traveling merchants. As the traders led him away toward Egypt, Joseph must have wondered, was this really how his dreams were going to come true? Meanwhile, back at home, his brothers had cooked up the perfect cover story. They dipped Joseph's beautiful coat in goat's blood, ran back to their father, and wailed.
"Oh no, father! A wild beast got him!"
Jacob took one look at the torn, blood-stained robe and collapsed in grief. He refused to be comforted. For him, Joseph was gone forever. Joseph was not gone. His journey was just beginning. Joseph arrived in Egypt, a land of towering pyramids, bustling markets, and slavery. He was quickly sold to Potiphar, a high-ranking officer in Pharaoh's palace. Not exactly the royal future Joseph had dreamed of, but hey, at least he wasn't in a pit anymore. Despite being a slave, Joseph worked hard. And guess what? Everything he touched prospered. The goats got fatter, the fields produced more grain, and even Potiphar's house smelled fresher. Potiphar took notice and soon put Joseph in charge of his entire household. But just as things were looking up, trouble came knocking. Or rather, Potiphar's wife came scheming. She liked Joseph a little too much. Every day she tried to get him to spend time with her, but Joseph refused.
"No way! Potiphar trusts me, and besides, I can't sin against God."
One day she grabbed his robe, demanding he lie with her. Joseph did what any smart man would do. He ran, left his robe behind, and sprinted out of there like his life depended on it. And it did. Furious and embarrassed, Potiphar's wife screamed. She twisted the story and accused Joseph of attacking her. Potiphar was not happy. In fact, he was furious. Without even asking questions, Joseph was thrown into prison. From favorite son to slave, and now a prisoner. Could Joseph's luck get any worse? Joseph, now a prisoner in Egypt, didn't sit around sulking. He quickly became trusted and was put in charge of the other prisoners. One day, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker landed in jail, both troubled by strange dreams. Joseph, ever confident, told them,
"Interpretations belong to God. Tell me your dreams."
The cupbearer dreamed of squeezing grapes into Pharaoh's cup. Joseph smiled.
"Good news. In 3 days, Pharaoh will restore you to your position."
The baker, excited, shared his dream too. Baskets of bread on his head, birds eating from them. Joseph's face fell.
In 3 days, Pharaoh will, well, let's just say you won't need bread anymore."
And just as Joseph said, in 3 days, the cupbearer was restored, and the baker, well, suffice it to say, he didn't make it. The cupbearer happily returned to Pharaoh's palace, probably thinking,
"Wow, that Joseph guy is amazing. I should totally mention him to Pharaoh."
But did he? Nope. Joseph was left in prison, forgotten. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, months into, well, 2 whole years. But God wasn't done with him. Pharaoh himself would soon have a dream so troubling no one, not his magicians, not his wise men, could interpret it. And that's when the cupbearer finally had a light bulb moment.
"Oh snap, I know a guy."
Joseph's journey had been full of ups, downs, and unexpected plot twists. From favorite son to slave, from prisoner to dream interpreter. And now, he was still waiting. But here's the thing. God's plan was still at work. Even when it seemed like Joseph had been forgotten, God was setting things in motion for something far greater than he could imagine. Lesson? Sometimes life doesn't go the way we expect. Sometimes we feel stuck in situations that seem unfair. But God sees the bigger picture, and just like Joseph, your story isn't over yet. Oh, and Pharaoh's dream? That's where things take a crazy turn. Don't miss part 3.
Please like and share this video with your friends. For more amazing animated Bible stories and inspiring fictional stories, subscribe to the Bethel Bunch now. Click the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any new videos.